right, Mike, what just happened?
Well, one of the farmers rang. He's whacked a deer himself last night. And he's asked us to come and pick it up.
Yep.
Free deer's a free deer, right?
So awesome. All right, let's go get him.
Free is free.
Free is free, yeah.
Yeah, so Mike has just received a call. So one of his services that he does with the Deer School is he'll pick up the deer that the farmer shot. He'll come out and he'll process it, and he gives it to the Deer School students or anyone they need, kind of thing. But basically, up here they don't want to have guts and dead animals everywhere. It's very pretty up here. So Mike's just come up to pick it up and process it and help the farmer at the same time, and obviously give meat to someone who needs it, like me, poor Brisbane fellow who's cold. So no, it's a beautiful spot up here.
Tobias has been gifted a, what is it, mate?
Walknstalk GAME-BAR. So it's a multi-purpose stick essentially. It's carbon fibre, twist lock, so it's extendable. Got a whole heap of accessories with it, and one of them is this sort of strap system that you can. It was originally designed as like a drag bar.
Yep.
And Kurt's just kind of built upon it, and the whole thing is snowballed. So it's a really clever design. But yeah, we finally got to put it to test and just drag this.
Hind.
Yeah.
You also used it as the bino as well.
Yeah, use it as a walking pole. You can use it as a shooting stick. Rest your binos on it, the glass off. So I was doing that in the territory, so you can extend it right up and sort of glass standing. Yeah, so it's been a pretty good addition to the kit actually.
It's super light, and we're going to put some weight under it and give it a good test out now.
Burger with the lot, thanks. Yeah.
Nice little heart.
Alright, good job.
So yeah, we've just done our first deer with the GAME-BAR carbon from Walknstalk. Really impressed with it so far. Used the sort of pulley system that comes with it. So as you can see, it's super simple. We got the deer up off the ground. There's no mud and sticks and stuff in it. So yeah, going well so far.
Alright guys, I'm going to show you on basically what everything comes off a deer and why we do it and the reason why we do it, and this is all to feed our family. So firstly we'll start with all the body parts, and at the end we'll go over and I'll show you on a whole deer just over there. Now, this is the rib cage, this is your hip joint, there's some offcuts there that we've got, and then we go into our two back legs with the rumps connected. That's a neck with a seriously large bullet hole, which will probably end up being dog bones in the end. Then we've got two eye fillets. Okay, and I'll show you how to take the silver off them.
Potato chips.
And present them nicely in the end.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I have two back straps with also touches of the rib fillet connected to them as well. And then lastly, but not least, is the shoulders. So these are blades and shanks connected. So I'll show you how to break down that We'll do a little bit of a real situation, and we'll go down on each video and break down each body part so you know how to do it for yourself. And we'll also show you how to break down a whole deer. So I'm going to show you how to do a shoulder 2 different ways. I'm going to show you how to do a shoulder for primal cuts, and then I'm going to show you how to do a shoulder for mince. So boning out, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do the primal cuts first. Very simple. A lot of people do struggle with joints and stuff. If you don't like doing it, get yourself a reciprocating saw. It makes life so much quicker. So find the joint. I believe it's in there from memory. If you can't get it right the first time, have a feel until you get it right. Now I think I missed it again. And then we're going to, there we go. So we got it there. And what you're looking for is these tendons in here to give way. Up in here, up there, then push down, if I can get it right, which I'm not.
I'm just going to assemble the mincer for you.
Okay, cool. In, over,
Put them in,
through the joint.
put the mince in,
So, again, if you are struggling with that, which is very common, just use a reciprocating saw and go snap, because you'll save yourself a blunt knife and everything else. The next cut, same situation. What you want to do is that's your bowler blade and that's your blade. So I just go straight in here, pre-cut it if you want.
See, that knife's going well, isn't it?
Very good knife.
Where'd you get that?
Deer School. And then straight through. Couldn't do that again if I tried. So there's 3 roasts that'll feed 3 to 4 people. That'll feed definitely 3 people, and you get a couple of these, and that'll feed definitely a family after 2 or 3.
Amazing.
Who doesn't love a good shank? So there you go. That's how you do shoulder roasts with the bone in. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do the eye fillet now. It's a special way of doing it. I do it like this, so I get the whole fillet. It always looks terrible, but with a little bit of trimming, and you don't really need a knife. So all I do, use your finger, try and break the seam. Okay, seam's just there. Get your knife in there, fingernail under there, and all of a sudden, what looks terrible will end up being the most yummy. Just take that stuff off, because that's just going to be nothing but drama. Take that sinew off there. Just pop that off. Get rid of that little bit of there. That can go to special mince. Open this bit. There you go. Eye fillet. Look, if you want to be special, cut it in half, muck around with it. But you could just roast that like that. The idea is it wants super lean. That there, in a butcher shop, would be over $100 a kilo with venison. That's your best piece of meat on any animal. Probably just need to get that little bit of pocket off. There we go. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you how to do a hind quarter. And I'm going to basically seam it out. So here's your rump. Here, this seam here is your tri-tip. Now you can take that off, you don't have to, it's up to you. I just seam it across. There's your round. And all I'm going to do is cut. Straight across. And that there. And seam it off. Square it up.
Mince is good to go with that.
It's a nice little rump, which you'd slice that way, and all that can be into, get rid of that. It's all good mince there for someone. Now, for beginners, I always show them this way because it's just the simplest. Get your shank, get your knife, and look for the joint I know where it is, my knife's naturally just going to it, but start with that and then all of a sudden your knife will just slip into it like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and then I'm going to twist and twist back and cut all the way through. And then I cut up. Now we have an awesome shank. Massive shank, like I said before, that would feed a family of 3. Okay, great way. Keep them aside. Reciprocating saw, axe, smack, put aside. Next one, I put the ball joint facing me. Okay, so that's my top side. That is my round. Silver side's underneath. I hold it like a little T-Rex. Have my tip of my knife against that bone and hits the bone. And then I'm making sure my knife is hard against that bone and I'm just wiggling it all the way on the top side to the ball joint. And that, open this up a bit more, is what we want. Nice white bone. Okay, now swap it around. Angle is a little bit different. My angle of my knife is a little bit funky at the moment, but what I'm doing is I'm pulling that round meat and I'm sliding this knife along the bone. Get up to the round joint. Pop that. Now this is one thing you don't have to do, but I do. Pop that joint and there you go, there's your knuckle. Now make sure when you take your knuckle off, you don't give it to a dog. It will kill your dog. Dogs can't digest knuckles and it's very dangerous for dogs. Okay, and all we're doing now is just seaming it around this bone. Seaming up around this bone and working it out. Holding that joint, making sure that we're trying to get all the meat. Okay. If you're really pedantic, you can do this. But I wouldn't worry about it because dogs are happy. All right, so now we have our round, our top side, our knuckle joint. So I'll point this towards the camera and we'll get rid of this knuckle joint first. Now, like I said before, put that in the rubbish bin. Don't let your dogs take it. Okay, now I've got the top side and the round. See that little seam there? Knife goes there. We pull it hard. And all of a sudden we start to see the silver side silver and the round sword. Knife goes into there and we just work slowly along there. And again, spin it around because I like cutting towards myself. Find that joint, open that up, but stop there. Spin it back towards myself. And put this here, because right here is a gland. So I'm going to cut it out. This bit here doesn't look like at the moment. This is your, what we call gravy beef at a butcher shop. That goes in the mince, or you can make it the curries or whatever you like. But this bit here is a gland. Okay, so not one of the bad ones, just don't want to eat it, that's all. Basically a big ball of snot. So throw that over there. And then we have our seam there. And just go straight down. So now we have a silver side, we have a top side, and we have a round. So you can do whatever you like with them. I like making it out of top sides. I like making schnitzels, jerky, and that's all I do with those ones. Silver side, I just like making jerky because there's a little bit of sinew through it. I always take a fair bit of silver off. I just put that straight into the mincer like that. I don't think about it too much. That's it. The round, I do schnitzels and jerky as well. And if you like stir fries and all that kind of stuff, that's a great little thing to do with your round. There you go, guys, and that's how I. There you go, guys. That's how I do my back legs, my hindquarters. Very simple, very easy to do. It takes about 3 minutes. So give it a go. If you want to know more information, we do hunting courses at Nature's Perks. So check us out.
And butchering courses?
And butchering courses at Nature's Perks. So yeah, we do butchering. We're going to do a lot more courses next year coming up. So butchering, hunting courses, practical courses, we do everything. So yeah, check us out on the website for more courses coming soon. So guys, what I'm going to do today is show you how to break down a whole deer. Probably do it in a little bit of series, but we'll see what happens. So firstly, I want to do some pre-cuts. Pre-cuts just make your life easier down the track. So obviously you just need a knife, a steel. My first pre-cut is putting my knife up against this bone here and just going into there. Okay, and all that doing is we can do with that later on, and you'll see why. Next one we're going to do is we can pre-cut this, but I want to take the shoulders off first, so let's do the shoulders. So, shoulders already got the nice little bit of, I call it the Milky Way. So put your knife in here and see how it starts. Tobias, can you hang on to it? So, see how nice stuff there? Basically, you just keep going through that until, see how it's there? Basically, you can punch it and it should open up. So what you want to do now, there's your blade. Just in here. It's basically the soft cartilage, that's where it starts. And I'm going to hold it out wide, let the knife do the work, gravity will help, and there you go, done. There's one whole shoulder. So, same again this side, looking for the Milky Way, cutting through there, and then we're just coming up to the shoulder blade, open that up. Now if you didn't have someone there, you're using your elbow to push away from you and this hand hold onto it. Okay. Now get to that stage, there's your blade, knife's just straight down. Lovely. Alright, so now, remember how we did our pre-cuts? We're going to come down, we're going to look for that little bit of a V. Okay. So that there is kind of where we want to start. It's the start of the V. But first what I do, make sure you feel the spine. Hard against the bone. Okay, and I'm just going to carry that hard against the bone mentality all the way down the bottom. Because either way, I'm going to be cutting that up. Alright, so see how my knife is basically bent. Come back up a bit more. Again, this stuff here ends up being like rubber, so don't stress. Okay, now there's the end of the line. Now cut straight there. Okay, hold it against the bone, straight across to the spine. Alrighty. Now you don't have to do this bit, but I do sometimes, especially when teaching. Just open that bit up there, give yourself a handle. Put a bit more. Okay, I'm going to come over this way. And we're just going to work this big girl out. Hard against the bone. Oops. There we go. I take it off there. Try and cut a bit squarer than that, don't do that. So there, what my issue was there, I was pulling too hard, not hitting enough bone. So that's not ideal, but that's a little tip of not what to do. So sometimes it's good to show you not what to do. But, okay, kind of looking for that, but again, my knife should have been going in all the way there. My knife's a bit blunt, so I'm going to go sharpen it. So this is a work sharpener. This is Tobias's. This is a very light backpack version. There are a couple of different versions now. Deer School sells some. So the idea is you'd put your edge back on, and you'd keep it with this side. So that bit there would just put your new edge on it, and then you just keep touching it up with this bit here. So it gives you the angle you should be looking for. You just do that. Alright, I'll show you how to do the last back strap, and hopefully I'll do it properly this time. Alrighty, so we've taken the back straps off. Basically now we're going to deal with the eye fillets, the legs, bit of trim. So firstly, this stuff here is your flank steak, all that kind of stuff. Basically for venison it's just going to be sausages and mince. So all I do, it's a great way to get yourself a handle, poke it in there, and just pull it off slowly. Doesn't matter how you do it. Try and get it. You can always deal it left. Normally the rib cages are really thin on meat, so don't stress too much. Normally that's a fair bit of chunky meat.
That's our grind.
Yeah, it's all grind. Also the inside of it. Okay, so that's the stuff you're looking for. Now that's a boo-boo. You don't want a boo-boo, but again, it's, you know, you got to mince it. It makes things disappear on purpose. So I'll show you how to take the eye fillets out. Ideally, don't do what I did and take a big chunk out of it. So your first thing is get your spine, tip your knife hard against the bone, tip your knife hard against the bone as well. Okay. Now then we look up to here, and there's a joint. So put hard against there, hard against there. Now see, you can see the actual muscle. Obviously that bit's got a big old hole in it, but that muscle seam is there. Comes down to that. Now again, like I said before, butcher shops would sell that for $100 a kilo at most places. Very expensive. So cut that, get that little bit there, and just good. Yeah. So back to here, pull that, cut that. You can still see that little silver piece up there. Hold that out. Feel, you can obviously feel it pulling. See that little sinew silver? It's pulling on me. Everything's holding onto that because of that. And then there we go. I can feel it come off. Cut this off slowly. And there's your eye fillet. Well, slice and dice eye fillet.
Two halves.
Two halves. My knife's not sharp enough, guys, and you can see it while I'm doing it. So, big reason why you have a sharp knife, because this can be quite dangerous. This was shot this morning, and we're actually flying out tomorrow morning, so that's why we need to get it done. I wouldn't recommend cutting up the day of being shot. Okay, so something I wouldn't recommend. Try and leave it a day or two, even longer if you've got a cold room. But sometimes you've got no choice with the situation. So, and again, that's not the greatest. But at the end of the day, we've got to fly back to Brisbane tomorrow. Now, show you how to take the whole thing off. What you want to do, have your knife hard against the, bounce them off the knuckles of the spine, and then all of a sudden you'll feel softness, which is already there. I've already started it. So, across there, and then we do a choir practice session. We'll do the rest on the bench. All right, guys, so this is the hindquarters. You can do this on the hanging up, or you can also do it on the bench. Now, remember that pre-cut we did before? That's the back of the rumps. That's why we did it. So this bit here, just take off. That's just for sausages and mince. So first cut we want to do is go right to the bottom. Okay. Then we're going to hold our top side and hit that joint. Probably can lift it up a bit. Just hard against the bone until we hit the joint. You can see that joint just about to pop. Okay. In there, pop. Hard against up the bone again. There you go. Tobias, you want to hang on to that?
Sure.
In Tommy's deck. Okay, so what here is like a little lump. So what we're going to do is up and then back in. Okay, hand against the rump. There's the back in there. Just work your rump out. Now a lot of guys miss this bit. Just take it steady. Tip of your knife. Okay, in here. Scoop, scoop, scoop. And then she just pulls away. And Tobias hangs onto it. And that pre-cut was probably not as good as it should have been. There you go. There's a nice big hind quarter. So rump, and we did the little video before on the previous one. That's probably about 10, 12 kilos. A lot of meat right there. So other side. I'll get Tobias to hang on that side. Hand in here. See that silver? Right there, I'm going to cut into it. Pushing down hard, and Tobias pushing down hard. We'll end up popping that joint just there. Now, just nick that, and then all of a sudden there's... Alright, now I've got my handle. Okay. Push into there, underneath the hip, same situation on that side. And there you go, big old dinosaur hip bone. So it's a pretty large animal, as you can see. Get a bit of your trimming in here, and that'll be a little bit of mince in there. So, alright guys, we thought we'd show you how to take the hocks off. Reciprocating saw so much easier, but if you haven't got one, all you need is one of these.
If you're doing it in the field, for example.
Yeah, if you're doing the field, it's obviously a lighter weight situation. So see here.
So this is the back leg.
Back leg, thank you. Back leg. See all these tendons? We want to make sure we cut these tendons. All I do is pinch and twist and go across there. Now see how the second I cut everything and cut in here, everything got a little bit looser. Now Tobias hangs onto that. I push in here and just keep pushing the pressure. And then now, what I'm doing is twisting at the same time. Grab your tip of your knife. That's it. So like again, all you're doing is looking for the ligaments. Come up high. If you're backpacking out or you've got a long way to go, a kilo, that's a kilo there. You know, it's going to suck carrying extra kilos if you don't have to. So hock if you need to, learn how to do it. It also hangs up really well and it looks very professional. So that's what you'd hang it up like. You tend to stretch it like that. The front leg, you got your back tendon. you've actually got that tenet there, it's still there, and you've got this tenet here which I've cut. So again, Tobias puts pressure on that one. I put pressure in here.
Just before you, if you run your finger up there outside of the knee joint there, you can feel the little gap in there, and that's how you know where to cut.
Knife in and straight around. Now it is a lot harder than it looks, but like Tobias said, a little bit of pre-cut, a little bit of feeling, and you'll be surprised. And all you do is just do that. Pressure on. And again, 4 of those, 4 kilos extra carrying out, it's going to, you know, work smart, not hard. Again, like Tobias said, find the little joint, you'll feel it in your fingers, find the ligaments, and she'll all come off. Look at her hoof, bit funny, eh? Very cool. Alrighty guys, so basically just going to show you one last little recipe. Tobias and I do it pretty much every time we get something, and it's the Wildfire rub with the heart, okay? It's amazing. It's the reason why we keep doing it. You've probably seen it in other videos we've done, but we're just going to show you one more time on how we do it. So, the bit of a trick to the heart is heart on the outside is actually quite hard. It's got a lot of fat. Quite, how would you say it, sinewy, and also the outside, you've actually got to skin the heart. So it's like a hard pellet on the outside, so that's why you skin it. It's basically like an apple skin, but at the same time, the heart comes in a sack. So here's the sack. Cut the heart out of the sack. First thing you do, I use a little knife. This one's a Hogue, and this is one of the ones that you can use for great for face caping and stuff like that. So get out of the heart, out of the sack.
Did someone say recipe?
Recipe. Oh, she's a fatty girl, this one. Poor weekend. Or weekends. So.
Do you need like a cast iron pan for this or something?
No.
No? Just a normal pan?
Just a normal pan.
Okay.
So you got your... Shay will probably fix my pronunciation up here, but A and B aorta, I'm guessing. Aorta. So what I do is just follow the seams. Follow the seams, open it up, basically crack it open. So, and as you can see, stuff like that there is okay, but when you start looking at this stuff here, it's quite hard. From what I've found, the younger animals actually don't have that much, basically casing, I'd call it. The young animals don't have it, but the older animals definitely do. And that's just, it comes up quite chewy. Get it to a nice size and just small dice. We want to cook it really quickly. Nothing too special. The idea, this is just an entree. Alright, so very basic. Next thing you do, shove them in a bag or a bowl, whichever you choose.
Would you like onions and mushrooms with this? Oh, it's a lot.
There is a lot. It's alright.
Put that back in there.
Wow,
More?
a bit more.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
That's a good reference. Bit of my old mate olive oil. Just a good dollop.
So hot pan.
Hot pan, very quickly. If I was organised, I'd have another plate.
I got you back.
Like that. Basically just if you've got
Like little bits of steak, aren't they?
that's it. If you've got a hood, you got your shot. Do that for 30 seconds. And Bob's your uncle. Yeah, so we give it 20-30 seconds and we just toss and turn again. It cooks, because that's why, yeah, slice it up thin. Best on wraps. Wraps are... Give it a couple more minutes, still a bit pink in some areas.
I think the trick is nice and hot, get it in there quick, just sear it, don't overcook it, otherwise it gets chewy.
Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much to Mike and Shay for taking us and hosting us. So thank you so much for taking us in and looking after us, and I hope you enjoy the rub. And also anyone who wants to do courses, head to Deer School, hit their socials. I'm sure Mike will tell you all about that, and we'll leave it a link in the bio. Anything else I should say?
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share, head over to the other guys. Make sure you follow them. If you need the courses, hit them up. Thanks, guys.